Hello Brownies, this is your first video series to do troop meetings. Today we are actually going to do Brownie Cybersecurity. We're going to do the first 2 badges in the series on this video series, and then on your next series you'll do the 3rd badge. I know you're in the middle of doing your quest journey right now, but unfortunately we can't finish that unless we're together as a group. So we're going to have to pause on the quest journey, and then we're going to move on to our Brownie Cybersecurity. So let's start by doing our pledge and promise. Tasia will start us.
On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law.
Put your hand over your heart.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, we gotta push that chair in, Tasia. Okay, sorry, we had a little technical difficulties with the chair. Now, during this video at any time, please pause it so that you can continue your work. We are gonna go, this is kind of like a speed way of doing the meetings. I'm gonna do my discussion part, and then I'm gonna tell you what to do. You're gonna pause the video, you're gonna do the work you need to do, and then you're gonna unpause it and you're gonna meet us back. Okay, so just remember, you can pause the video at any time. What I want you to do first is gather supplies you're going to need for your meeting. You're going to need blank paper. It can be plain white paper, it can be notebook paper, it's whatever paper you have at home. You're going to need a black marker. It needs to be the thicker tip. You're going to need an egg. You're going to need a pen. And you're going to need a paper towel or a wet wipe to wipe your finger off when you're done, okay? So we're going to put all of this aside. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out by talking about what cybersecurity is, okay? So I'm going to read this to you because it kind of gives you a good example. Welcome to the world of cybersecurity. We use computers every day to send emails, watch videos, and shop online. Computers are also part of our lives in many other ways and aren't easy to see. Computers power up skyscrapers, street lights, keep air conditioners and security systems humming, run medical devices in hospital, control cars, planes, and much more. Cybersecurity is a way we protect all of our computers and ourselves from crime. When we've earned these 3 badges, you'll know the basics of cybersecurity, what privacy means, and how to protect yourself when you're on the computer. Okay? So, the first one is our cybersecurity badge 1. That's what we're going to go ahead and start with. Alrighty. We use digital devices such as laptops, tablets, smartphones to work, shop, and play. Technology is such a big part of our lives that we don't usually stop to think about it. In this badge, you'll find out more about how to use technology and how to keep your technology safe. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to talk about find out the use for technology. The first step is to understand cybersecurity. So cybersecurity, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit. Cybersecurity is how we keep people from getting in and doing harm to make people, to keep our computers safe, okay? So here's a good example. There's some people that are not very nice, and they like to go in and cause chaos. So like they can hack into the streets, the street light systems. And what they do is they'll actually make the street lights turn on and off and do weird things. And that's what cybersecurity is. It's to help keep that from happening. Okay? So, and it also can do a lot of other bad things. And people have tried. But that's why they have people out there that are there just to make sure that all of this stuff is happening correct. Okay? So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think of which ways we use our computer, our mobile, and our mobile phones and our tablet. So I want you to take your piece of paper. Tasia's going to do this. Okay? I want you to write down, Tasia, all the things that you do on your phone, on the computer, on your tablet. Okay? Pause the video. I want you to pause the video. And I want you to write down also what you do on your phone, tablet, and stuff. Rihanna, you can go ahead and pause it. Okay, so now that you've paused the video and you've written down your ideas, Tasia did the same thing. Let's talk about some of the things that Tasia came up with. Tasia, what did you come up with? What do we use our computer, our mobile phones, and our tablets for?
So I use all of it for my schoolwork. I play games on my phone. I listen to music. I Google stuff. I watch a bunch of movies and TV shows, and I like to text and call my friends.
Oh, that's true. That's what a phone is they're for. But we also, so here's some other things that we do. We actually can talk to our family in Germany through video chat, through our computers and our phones. We also send emails, so that's a lot to do with communication and those kind of things. Did you also know that our computers can control traffic lights, elevators, street lights, fire alarms, and it can also control the entire energy grid. So by just the push of a button, somebody could turn off all the lights in the entire world. Isn't that kind of cool that that's what computers can do? So what I want you to do now is I want you to look around your house. We're going to kind of take a little bit of a walk. We're not walking around my house, but you can walk around your house. I want you to pause the video after this. I want you to look around your house and find out all the appliances that are connected to a computer or to the internet. So pause the video and walk around your house and make a list of all of the appliances and things that are connected to your internet and your computer. So go ahead and pause. Okay, welcome back. So in our house, we actually have a very smart house. That's what it's called when you have almost everything connected to the internet or to a computer of some ways. We can actually unlock and lock our door by just using our phone and touching it. We can open our garage door by pushing a button on my phone. We have security cameras in our house that alerts us anytime there's motion or somebody doing something in our house, and it alerts us on our phone or my iPad. Some of the other things that we have is our thermostat. Our thermostat is actually controlled by the internet. I can ask my telephone. I can say, hey, can you turn the thermostat to whatever degrees? We have lots of Google Homes in our house. So hold on a second. If you want to listen, I can have you. Hey, Google, please tell me the definition to cybersecurity.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Computer security, cybersecurity, or information technology security is the protection of computer systems and networks from the theft of or damage to their hardware, software, or electronic data, as well as from the disruption or misdirection of the services they provide.
Thank you, Google.
Not a problem.
So our house actually is set up with Google Home. It's very similar to the Echo, and I can ask Google questions. I can actually say, hey, can you play me music? Can you tell me a story? Set an alarm. It can set timers. I can ask it information, and we have this throughout our house. So our house is considered a smart house. I would also let you to know that all of your gaming systems, so if you have a Switch, an Xbox, a PlayStation, those are connected to the internet as well. They have to frequently get downloads and things from the internet. It's really cool that some houses and a lot of the appliances can now be hooked up through your phone. So you can actually have an oven that's a smart oven. And what it will do is you can actually go to your phone and say, please preheat oven to 350 degrees. And what it'll do is it'll go ahead and automatically turn your oven on, and it'll preheat 350 degrees. I don't have that cool oven yet. Hopefully someday I will, but I don't yet. It's the same as your refrigerator. There's some smart refrigerators now that can actually take inventory of what's in your refrigerator and make a store list of things that are running low or you're out of. So same with the dishwashers, dryers, your washing machines. All your major appliances now can be hooked up to the internet, and you can have control from your phone. So it's a really cool time to be out. Also, who else has, let me ask you a question, who has a robot vacuum that vacuums your floor for you? I know we do. And the robot vacuum, I can actually say, hey, will you please turn on the vacuum and vacuum my floor? And it'll go ding, ding, ding. Yes, I can. And then the vacuum will go off and it'll vacuum the floor. And then it knows exactly where its home is, and it'll go home at the end of its vacuum cycle to recharge itself. So it's kind of fun and it's kind of cool, all the things that our internet is connected to. But knowing that now, we know that we have to have special things in place to make sure that no one can hack into those things or get into them to make our houses unsafe. So, did you also know that computers are also used in multiple different places? So I want you to pause the video again, and I want you to think about all the places that we can use computers that you visit on a daily basis. So pause. I feel like I need to have a theme song while we're waiting for them to pause. All right, welcome back. I'm glad you paused your video. So banks, schools, hospitals, police stations, fire stations, trains, planes, airports, pretty much anywhere you go, restaurants, grocery stores, they all use computers now to take your orders. The pilots, they use computers to help fly their planes. A lot of them use autopilots and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and move on. Congratulations, you've completed step 1. Your code word is computer. Now you're asking, what is a code word? Code word is something I'm going to have it built into my video series so that I know that you're watching them and that I know you're doing the activities that you need to do. Your mom will write down the code words, and they will actually email me the code words, or you can write them down and then give them to your mom, and they're going to email me the code words so that I know that you've completed your badges, so I know to order it. So your first code word you need to write down on your paper is computer. We're going to go ahead and go on again. Okay, so technology has changed lots in the last 50 years. When we first started, well, I had my phone. Hold on just a second. My phone can hold 35 or 64 or something like megabytes, right? There's a lot of memory in my little phone. Well, when computers first came out, 5 megabytes, we're talking 5 megabytes, the computer was the size of my whole first floor of my house, okay? That's a huge computer. That's how big the computer was for 5 megabytes. Well, now we have over 100 and some megabytes in just this little phone that holds in our hands, right? So it's amazing how technology has grown. So one of the first digital computers was called ENIAC. That's an odd name, and it stood for Electrical, Numerical, Integrated, and Computer. It was so big that it filled an entire room. It was built in 1945 with almost 18,000 vacuum tubes. It weighed more than 30 tons, which is the same as 6 elephants. So this computer weighed the same amount of 6 elephants. Today you can put a computer in your pocket. A smartphone is as tiny as microchips inside. These microchips can hold a lot of information, and they are very powerful. 13,000 times more powerful than the very first computer. Isn't that amazing how things have changed? So we're going to talk about some different parts that are in your computer, okay? So I'm actually going to have Rihanna zoom in on this. Go ahead. Can you zoom in on that and see the words and stuff, Rihanna?
Pretty well.
Pretty well? Okay. So we're going to talk about the first one, which is a CPU. This stands for the Central Processing Unit, which is the main chip in a computer responsible for carrying out all of the tasks. It is often referred to as the brain of the computer. Laptops and phones and even televisions have a CPU chips inside them. Okay, so that's like the brain of the computer. The next one is the power supply. I think we can kind of guess what a power supply does, right? It's what brings the power into the computer and turns the computer on. All right, your next one is a webcam. This is a camera that sends images. So your phones, your computers, a lot of places have built-in webcams. My iPad, which is what we're using to record on, has a webcam. A monitor. The monitor it looks like a TV screen, and it's what you can see pictures and words on. Your keyboard is a panel of keys, which letters and numbers that have. So everyone's seen a keyboard. We know what a keyboard is. A mouse is the device that you hold in your hand, and it helps you click on the screens. Most now you can actually have touch screens, so you don't really need a mouse. Speakers or headphones, those are the things that let you hear the sound on a computer. Okay, so Rihanna, you can come back.